Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hazel Isdirifa bin Helfizaneri, and today I will be doing a presentation which is an introduction to gender equality, to a sustainable development goal number 5, which is gender equality. What is a gender equality? It can be described for the first is an equal opportunity for both gender. What does it mean for equal opportunity? It is an equal for both gender to succeed in their life, to achieve their for example, for a career progress. For example, female and male should not have disadvantage or any advantage over each other to get a jobs or career progressions. That is what we call gender equality. Another is an equal right for both gender. And equal right is they should have the same treatment for food, drinks, homes, and life. What is sustainable developmental goal? Sustainable development is satisfying the need for tomorrow. We are destroying the present. It also can be an efficient usage of the resources that are located in the earth, where it doesn't cause any wastage. Gender equality and sustainable development is not mutually exclusive. Both of these can be achieved together. That's why in SDG, one of the goal is gender equality. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Shabanaz binti Nur Azizam, and today I will presenting about the proper strategic action plan for SDG 5, that is gender equality. So, one of the purpose of the strategic action plan for SDG 5 is women equal participations in leadership and decision making. Although in Malaysia, most of the women outperform men in the university graduation rates and have a growing presence in the workforce. They remain underrepresented in the corporate boards, senior management and political leadership. To address this, the government should strengthen the leadership training mentorship by programs, enforce a target of at least 30% women in the decision-making positions, and require a public listed companies to report the gender diversity annually. So, key stakeholders such as KWKM, Bursa Malaysia, educational institutions, NGOs, and private companies also must collaborate to promote a equal opportunity. By this effort, they can reduce the gender bias, increase the women representations in leadership, and support a Malaysian progress to achieving SDG 5, gender equality.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Aimalkis Binti Israel. Today, I would like to talk about equal access to education and skill development as an important way to achieve SDG 5. Firstly, education helps people gain knowledge and skill for a better future. However, many girls and women still face challenges such as poverty, discrimination, and limited access to learning resources. To address this issue, government and school can provide scholarship, financial aid, and better learning facility. For example, scholarship can help girls from low-income families continue their education. Schools can also encourage more female students to join STEM and TVET programs, which offer many career opportunities. When women receive quality education, they can get better jobs, earn high incomes, and contribute to economic growth. However, challenges such as traditional belief and limited internet access in rural areas still exist. In conclusion, providing equal access to education and skill development can help women reach their full potential and achieve gender equality.
Moreover, by prevent gender-based violence and discrimination is also one of the purpose strategic plan for SDG 5. So, gender-based violence and discriminations remain significant barriers to achieving SDG 5 in Malaysia. This is because women continue to experience domestic violence, sexual harassment, cyberbullying, bullying, and workplace discriminations, which is negatively affect their physical and mental well-being. Education and career development. To address this issue, Malaysia should strengthen the enforcement of the Domestic Violence Act 1994 and Anti-Sexual Harassment Act 2022, expanded the counselling, legal aid and shelter services, and also increase the gender equality education in schools, university and workplace. Therefore, for example, key stakeholders such as KWKM employers, educational institutions and NGOs like WAO must work together by raising awareness, support the victims and create a safer environment. With this effort, they can reduce the violence, increase the reporting and promote
I will continue to present about a strategy to promote equal economic opportunities for women as part of achieving SDG 5, gender equality. Although women have made a great progress in education and employment, many still face challenges in getting good jobs, promotions and leadership positions. These challenges are often caused by gender stereotypes and workplace discrimination. To address this issue, companies should provide fair hiring practice, equal pay for equal work, and more opportunity for women to advance in their careers. Financial institutions can also support women entrepreneurship through loans, training, and business support programs. Providing equal economic opportunities benefit not only women but also society. It can increase productivity, reduce poverty, and strengthen economic growth. Leadership and mentorship programs can also help women develop the skills needed for management positions. However, challenges such as work-life balance, childcare responsibilities, and workplace bias still exist. Therefore, employees should create a more supportive and inclusive working environment. In conclusion, equal economic opportunities are essential for achieving gender equality. By supporting women in employment, leadership, and entrepreneurship, we can build a stronger economy and a fairer future for everyone. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Adris Rajaisha, and today I'm going to continue our presentation on the strategic action plan for gender equality, and I'm going to focus specifically on the evaluation part, which is going to focus on its key strengths and the ongoing challenges that we must address through our strategic action plan for this SDG. Let's begin by looking at the advantages of this plan, which is firstly, this plan fosters institutional leadership. The strategy establishes clear, actionable benchmarks to improve women's leadership. It does this by implementing a national goal that requires at least 30% female representation on boards of directors and in executive positions. Secondly, it enhances educational autonomy. The initiative provides crucial financial aid and scholarships to low-income female students, helping them achieve financial independence. Additionally, it promotes greater female involvement in male-dominated STEM and TVET fields, like engineering and oil and gas, equipping women with the educational background needed to secure well-paying jobs. However, to ensure this plan succeeds, we must also tackle its disadvantages and cultural barriers. The first major challenge is entrenched leadership biases. There is still a widespread social perception that leadership is exclusively a male domain. Because of this, women's advancement to leadership positions remains limited by unconscious discrimination during hiring and promotion procedures. The second challenge is the double burden on autonomy. The action plan encounters significant cultural barriers regarding how women can spend their time, Specifically, there is a persistent societal expectation that women should handle the majority of childcare and housework. This double burden severely limits their prospects for professional growth and leadership. To conclude my point on the evaluation part, while our strategic plan sets a strong framework for empowering women through education and corporate quotas, we must actively work as a society to dismantle the unconscious biases and cultural expectations that hold women back.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Akir Rahimi bin Razman. Today I will be presenting the conclusion for our presentation. In conclusion, I want to leave you with one fundamental truth. You cannot achieve sustainable development without gender equality. There are two sides of this exact same coin. Leaving half of the world population behind isn't just a moral failure, it is an economic roadblock. And as this report shows, the fight for parity doesn't belong in the boardroom, in our rural field, and inside of our national policy. Our reports outline 4 clear targets for action: leadership, education, safety from violence, and economic fairness. But having a map doesn't mean the climb is easy. We are up against heavy and entrenched roadblocks, unconscious bias, deeply rooted cultural norms, and double burden women carry off working a full-time job only to go home to a second full-time job of domestic care. Shifting this is hard, but that simply means our effort has to be harder. We see the tension clearly right here in Malaysia. We stand at the very fragile crossroads. Look at the data. Malaysian women are graduating from university at higher rates than men. Yet, look at the top of our workforce. Fewer women in leadership. Look at the payroll. Women are still underpaid. Look at the news. Gender-based violence persists. We have spent the last century making real progress, but progress is not permanent. It has to be defended. The United Nations SDG 5 gave us a framework, but a framework is just an ink on a piece of paper. The gap between the paper and real life will only be bridged by the people in this room. It happens when governments enforce the law, they're right. It happens when companies build genuinely safe workplaces. And it happens in our daily life. Quiet choices when we choose to treat a colleague with dignity, or finally speak up against outdated thinking that no longer serve any of us. Thank you, and that's it for our presentation.